like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jalise. This is Jalise's Corner. This is my review for Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition, episode 7. Lord Jesus, I got 3 more episodes left. It's a bunch of bullshit if you ask me, but I'm gonna go over it anyway, okay? I will be live on my YouTube channel this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be there or be square, okay? We're going to chit-chat and get it all done or whatever. But hello to all my Jaybirds. Y'all know I love y'all. Let's get it. It's my mama. Yes, mother.
Guess who's back in the cabin after a night in the club?
Oh, Lord. You're on video.
Huh?
You're on video because I was recording.
Oops. All right. I asked me to call you when I got back in my cabin. So I'm back in my cabin. Good night. Hey, J Bird. Sweet dreams.
I'll let y'all talk to you in the morning. Well, did you have a good time?
Yeah, we had a great time.
Did you have some drinks?
Of course not.
That means yes. Well, I'm happy you're back in your cabin.
No.
Get some rest, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Peace out.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
Okay. My mom was on a cruise, so she's on a boat right now, and is she in the Bahamas? I forgot what she's right now because it's like 2:00 in the morning. Anyway, so yes, I had to answer the phone. So we see that Mo and Carl are still, up here being Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I just can't take either of them serious right now. You know what I'm saying? They still in that room basically arguing or whatever. Carl still up in line and stuttering, and I ain't do this, and this is some bullshit and not making no sense and putting words together that don't make no sentences or whatever. But like he wasn't caught on camera. I could see if they were saying, they thought they heard him say something, but it was, you are on camera from multiple angles. Why are you acting as if you weren't caught red-handed, okay? It's just stupid, you know what I'm saying? So, when Dr. Ish is talking, because again, Mo was like, what happened? Tell the truth, what happened? Who was it? Who you say tell me you love me? Who was it? What I said was, Carl line or whatever. Dr. Ish then saying, oh, whoever it was, you know what I'm saying? It was after midnight here. Hey, don't you get involved. This is him. All up in Dr. Ish face. Don't you be instigating whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you don't just say what you're gonna say, but don't be instigating. You heard me? I'm like, bruh, no one's scared of you, bruh. Look, this is what pissed me off. It really, 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 really did piss me off. Because my thing is, you trying to get buck with the doctor because you get caught in some bullshit. You trying to get buck with the doctor because you lying and they have you on camera. You trying to get buck when you admitted that you lied and it wasn't your sister. You're stupid. You simple-minded motherfucker. You're stupid. Okay, sit your simple-minded ass down. You caught, bruh. You caught. And getting buck with Dr. Ish don't mean shit. You didn't scare that man. Carl's stupid as hell. Anyway, at this point in time, he like, I'm done with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm done with this shit. He walk away. Mo then say, the reason she stayed with him is because if she's his guardian angel and if she is not in his life, he's going to be in jail or dead. I said, what the? So, look, Marriage is for better or worse, richer or poor, and sickness and health. I completely get that. Carl ain't shit. He isn't. Carl ain't shit. And Mo know he ain't shit, and she want to put up with his ain't shit ass. So at this point in time, they show her the photos, showing her, who like, the person on the phone, and they're like, "Is that his sister?" And she's like, "Nope, I don't know who that person. Like, I don't know who she is, but it's not a family member, or whatever." And then she's like, "He's really dumb." You know what I'm saying? He's just really really dumb. But so are you, Mo. You're also dumb because you know he's dumb and you stay with him. Like I said, dumb, dumb, dumb. Dumber and dumber. Okay? Dumb and dumber. To the D and to the dumb. That's what they are. Completely and fully. So Mo then goes downstairs to the dining room when she had the pictures with her. And she tells, I think it was Soldier Boy Shine. Jessica was in there. Tiffany was in there. She's like, yeah, they pulled us to the side or whatever because he was just dumb on the phone last night. After midnight in the kitchen eating cereal, FaceTime the bitch, and she showed them the pictures that show him on FaceTime with the girl, and they like, what? They see everything. They see everything. Yes, it's a fucking reality show. Y'all all are on reality shows. They all it's like y'all not that dumb. Y'all can't be that dumb, whatever. So, she then said, you know what I'm saying? He do something dumb, whatever, but I'ma do something because my bounce back is amazing. No, it's not, Mo. You've been trying to bounce back for years. And you keep just not bouncing right. Like the ball not inflated all the way. You need some more cushion for the pushing. Anyway, so everybody go to bed. Everybody go to bed. We see Mo up in her bed. Carl come inside from being out in the backyard, and cause Soldier Boy had to sleep on the couch because that was his punishment from being mean to Nia Niley, Nia Naya. And I know it's Nia, but I like saying Nia Naya because sometimes I really forget which one it is. Anyway, um, Carl go and sleep on the couch next to Soldier Boy. So Soldier Boy on one part of the sectional and Carl like lay on the other side. I'm like, he's so dumb. So Mo wakes up at around 3 o'clock in the morning. She goes down to get Carl. Like, what you doing down here? He like, I fell asleep. She like, come to bed. Come on, let's go. And so, you know what I'm saying? He like, you know what I'm saying? I'm mad, but I ain't mad at Mo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at her. This fool then say, Dr. Ish know what to say to push my buttons. And he don't know what that call was about or who I was on with. You know what I'm saying? That's my personal business. I say, bitch, you're on a show about your marriage. And you were on camera with a female in the room. Mo keep asking him, who is she? Who is this person? What's going on? And he in the bed acting like he's asleep. He not answering her. He not responding to her, whatever. He won't answer. At this point, I'm going to say this. Oh, fucking well. And the reason I'm going to say this is because Mo don't care. And if she don't care, why should I give any fucks about it? Okay? I give no fucks. Now, the next morning, we see I don't have no more pictures, y'all. Y'all know what the people look like. We do see, Nia Naya, like him saying, I don't want to see Soldier hurt, and he had to sleep on the couch, so I don't want him hurt. And they like, well, how you feeling? How you feeling? I'm okay. I'm okay too. And Soldier on the bed rolling the blunt. I say, this nigga forever, ever smoking. You know, um, he said, I know I need to talk to you better. I know that or whatever. She then said, like, what if we don't leave it together? Like, if we don't leave it together, can't we still be friends? He was like, no, I won't. We not in a relationship. Like, why would we be friends? Like, that's stupid. I'm like, is he wants all or nothing, but he also don't want to be all the way a good person. But I'm like, it's just kind of stupid. So we then see Mo and Carl arguing in their room. Now they tried to argue in the bathroom because in the bathroom there are no cameras. Now they can hear you if you have mics on, but they can't see anything going on. They don't put any cameras in the bathroom. So that's the secret place where they can still hear you talking. So they kind of argue. We should be in the bathroom. Well, you keep walking out. I'm like, they really like going back and forth. So we can see like the shadows of them, and we can clearly hear them. And she telling him how you give me a heads up about everything else. You get everything else, but you could not let me know that you was on FaceTime with a bitch. Like, why couldn't you give me a heads up about that? You know what I'm saying? You then hear him like, whatever. So it seemed like she's questioning him. He don't want to hear it, but she's standing in front of him. He wants to leave. You then hear, you see the shadow of like a little tussle. You then hear her say, don't push me. And he said, well, don't touch me. And I'm like, are y'all beating each other? Like, what's going on? And then you see her kind of come out the door, and you see she like blocking him, like, we gonna talk about this in here. But at this point in time, he come out the door from, he move, come out the door. He then tries to purposely slam the door with her standing in the doorway. I'm like, nigga, we see you. We see, bruh. She was literally standing in the door, and he looked back at her, saw her standing in the door, and whoop, and he like tried to slam the door closed with her in it, which made her then push him into the wall. Don't be trying to don't be trying to close me in the door and hurt my hand. I'm like, so he be beating you? That's what he do? But you know what? She like it. So I'm not even gonna go in like I want to go in on both of them because they deserve each other. If she want a non-shit ass nigga, then that's what she deserves. She don't deserve better if she knows she can get better and she know he not shit and she mindfully, purposely, directly says, I'm gonna stay with this piece of shit ass people. Anyway, she's still asking him what's going on, whatever. He then put like a towel over the cameras because he don't want them to see what's going on. And now they're talking in the bedroom. But again, we can still hear everything. So, you know what I'm saying? She's like, if you want me to stop loving you, just tell me. You know what I'm saying? Just tell me. You know what I'm saying? You have to tell me stuff so I'm not blindsided. I was blindsided. I don't want to be blindsided. You should have told me whatever. He then say, well, I don't care about the FaceTime call. I don't care about that shit, whatever. And you know what I'm saying? She then say, okay, I got you. And they start kissing. She says, I love him even though I know he lied to me. So again, Lil Mo deserve everything she get. At this point in time, Mo need to shut the fuck up and let that man cheat in peace. If you not gonna leave that man and you say you love him enough, even though you know he lied to you, well, let him cheat in peace. Any girl who hit you up and say he fuck with them, so what? And you love him. If you know what kind of person he is and he consistently does these things to you, and you are a full grown adult woman, you ain't no kid. You well into your Mo is she has to be 40. She has to be 40. And it's at a certain age you just should not put up with bullshit. And she ain't there yet. So anytime he do something dumb, we should not care. Carl ain't the problem. Mo is. Anyway, the rest of the episode was emotional as fuck. Okay. Oh, so the exercise, and they do it every season. This exercise is for them to deal with childhood issues. So they kind of separate them in two groups of people, and they have to go outside and like draw on these like brick walls or whatever, and they have to draw memories from their childhood. Like I think like maybe one good memory and two bad memories, or two bad and one good, something like that. Anyway, so Nia Nye say she had when she was 15 years old, she was raped. She was raped, and they took her virginity, and she never thought about it. She never dealt with it then, but she's thinking about it now. She brings up how because she never really dealt with it, that's why she puts a wall up. That's why she does not have many friends because of that trauma when she was younger. Soldier brings up how his parents split up when he was younger, and he chose to go live with his dad. He said, but because he chose his dad, he never really saw his mom. And he broke down crying. I was like, oh my God, oh Lord Jesus. He says because he never saw his mom or whatever. He said so in a way he lost his mom when he was a kid because of that. Waka Waka's like a brick wall. Waka's a brick wall that you can write on. So, you can read things about it, but you can't get through it really. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still standing there. He brings up how, a white man killed his brother like a drunk driver. Or while he was drunk. He says that the dude never went to jail. He says, and his family only got a check for it. He then said they created a monster. I don't know if he meant they created a monster within him to where he no longer gave a fuck about stuff, or if he meant because that man committed that crime and got away with it, he was a monster for getting away with it. So I'm not sure how he meant it, but even talking about it, didn't he wasn't emotional about it. It was like for him, it's like someone said, "Oh, 2 plus 2 is 4." It was that naturally. It was he. You can tell he's so shut off emotionally. It's just, but he's probably been through so much. So that was the thing he talked about. Tammy brings up how when she was 12 years old for her 12th birthday, her uncle was over and she was going to his car because he was going to give her some money for his birthday. I mean, he was going to give her some money for her birthday, for her 12th birthday. And she says somebody walked up to her uncle and shot him in the head in her face. She then says a year later, like a couple of her cousins and her brother were all killed too. I said, well, God damn it. So she's been dealing with loss since she was a kid, since she was 12 and 13 years old. Sean brings up how the day he was committing to go to college, his brother was killed. He brings up how his brother used to rob people, but he robbed people to get money to support the family. This is my thing about that. I don't know how I can't get sad about someone who was robbing someone, and in the midst of them robbing someone they were killed. I can't i can't i can't feel sorry for that. um you feel sorry because the person lost someone. However, you were out here robbing people. You can't be out here doing wrong and then be like, I can't believe the person he was robbing killed him. You was robbed, bruh. If you run up on me, you're not coming back. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, bruh, no, you can't do wrong. And you know what I'm saying? So again, I feel for a person losing a loved one, but your loved one was some fucked up shit. So I was surprised that was like his thing, but I mean, for him, that was his brother. You know what I'm saying? So I also get it in that aspect, but I can't be like, damn, that's fucked up. Somebody killed his brother. Your brother was robbing people. Jessica, she brings up how when she was younger, her father would always come and go, and he would leave and come, leave, come back, leave. So for her, she said it always made her feel like something else was more important to her father than her. She said, because I always beg him not to leave, but he always did. She said, so for me, that's why a lot of times I won't argue with him about stuff because I don't want to push him away. And so I'm like, it makes sense. You feel like if you are this easy enough and you don't give no pushback, the person won't leave you as easy as your father did all the time when you was younger. See that whole thing. Carl bring up how he watched his little cousin die after being shot in the face. I'm like, Mo says when she was 5 years old, she was molested from the time she was 5 years old all up until elementary school. And then they're like, well, you didn't tell anyone? And she says, no, because if I would have told someone, my father was crazy. Like, my father loved me so much. If I would have told him, he would have went and killed the person who did it, and then my father went to jail. And so they brought up how you do realize the same thing that you do for your father, that you were doing for your father, you're doing with Carl. You were scared to tell your father someone was molesting you because you were scared that he would go to jail. And you also won't leave Carl, who's cheating on you, lying to you, disrespecting you, breaking your vows, spending your money, you know what I'm saying? And you're doing all of that because you feel like if you leave him, he gonna die or be in jail. You're repeating the pattern that you didn't even realize that you were doing from when you were a kid. You know, Theus was different for me. Theus said so he was little, he had dreams of playing bad. He like, I love playing basketball. He says, however, I had to take care of home. And because I had to take care of home, I had to give up on my dream of playing basketball, and I ended up doing music. And he says, now I'm stuck being the the financial provider for people. You know what I'm saying? In the entry that I'm not even happy in. The group I was in didn't even last all that long, and you know what I'm saying, he cried too. He said because for him, he's unhappy. He's unhappy because he did all this for everyone else and he isn't himself. I'm not, and I fell for that because it's like people don't realize how much a person in the music industry may have to give up to be in the industry. And then if you're making all that money then and then you're no longer making all that money, but you are the financial provider for your family, like it's a fucked up position to be in. So I fell for him too. I was happy he didn't have a death story. Shit. Anyway, lastly, Tiffany says how all her relationships, except her baby's father, beat her. And she always thought it was normal. And I said, well, damn, did Drew beat you too? I don't know. She says mainly the reason she thought it was normal that these people before, in her past beat her and abused her was because she's like, I saw my mom get beat all the time by, the guy she was with or whatever. My mom ex at one point in time threw us out of a car and threatened to kill us. I said, and she was crying. Because when they brought up, we're going to talk about the past or, your childhood or whatever, she instantly started crying and said, I had a really bad childhood. Like, I don't want to go back there. Like, I don't want to do it. And then they said, well, no, it'll be okay. Like, it'll be, it'll be okay. But she cried, man. I watched this at work. I was at work crying. Luckily, it was late in the evening, but because it was just so, like, her, it felt like she hadn't dealt with it at all. So the minute she thought about it, she instantly just crying, 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 and like just crying. And I love that Fizz was like, I've never seen her like this emotional. Like I have to support her, and like him just sitting next to her, rubbing her back. You know what I'm saying, and just letting her, be letting her be vulnerable and letting her express her sadness. And someone mama just sent me a picture. They put, I don't know if y'all can see that. They put the towel is like a dog. Lord Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, it was just so emotional and I felt so bad for her. So we had that whole thing. So because they were in two groups, some of them didn't see the other person's, explanation of what was going on or whatever. So like Tiffany and Nia didn't see Soldier and Fierce cry. But when they said they was crying, they're like, what? So they both say they've never seen them cry before. So, you know what I'm saying? We both, I'm like, that's crazy. Waka said, well, I didn't cry at all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna cry, whatever. Carl said, I don't cry. You're like, crying for what? Um, but Waka said, like, what I put up on there, like, that ain't nothing. Like, that's just like a teardrop in a bucket. You know what I'm saying? He like, I didn't think I'd make it to 30. Like, he like, it's so much that happened in my life. That's, mama. I think she forget when I'll tell her I'm recording. And then I'll be like, when she send me, I look at it. So I'll be like, okay. Anyway, so, but Waka thing is, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much I went through in life. Cry for what? I guess half crying. So I'm like, okay, that's crazy. So they all go outside, again. And now all the stuff they drew on their things is like up on the wall and it's now made into a playground. And it's kids playing everywhere. So every season they do this or whatever. At least when it's the family people or whatnot, they have them talk about stuff from their past and they either have it be redone with them as children or redone as their old people or whatever. So they did it as kids. Now, I'm not going person by person. Each kid just said what the person said that I just said. Okay. That's what they said. You know what I'm saying? Um, Tiffany's was so sad. Like, oh, I cried so bad. I cried, and we also saw everyone else cry. And the reason I think it was so sentimental was because when they asked Tiff, like, what would you say to her, now? And she says, I don't know, because there was nobody ever there to protect her. Like, no one ever protected her. Like, no, and she was just crying. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, help me. I gotta want. Man, look, it was just so emotional. You know what I'm saying? And everyone cried. Everyone cried hearing that. They cried about, Lil Mo being molested. They cried about Nia being raped. It was just kind of crazy. When Angry Tammy came out, saying how I was strong and I'm going to be strong and I'm solid. And saying my life going to be strong. And to where she was so hard as a kid and she's so hard now. But she's so hard now, it's almost a hindrance to her because she's too hard sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We see a little kid, Waka, saying how y'all don't get me, y'all won't understand what I've been through, because that's how he is now. He's been through so much he don't even want to talk about it because he feel like ain't no point in me talking about it because y'all won't get it because y'all ain't been through it. You know what I'm saying? And the kid Joaquin, because his real name Joaquin, Waka's real name was Joaquin. The kid Joaquin keeps saying, I'm good, I'm straight, I'm good, because that's all he ever say. But in hindsight, Waka needs some therapy. He need Ayanna. He need Dr. Phil. He need Jesus. He need another. I really want him to shift through the things in his life to where he don't know that it's okay to not be okay. And not only so is it okay to not be okay, it's okay to be emotional about crazy shit that happened in your life. Like, I want him to just. I feel like Waka has never sighed a sigh of relief. I feel like there's so much on his shoulders, but he's built his shoulders to be so tough. He can really hold it. Like, he can hold all the weight on his shoulders. But I wish he could just go. And I don't think I don't think he's ever truly done that based on what he was saying in this episode. We then see Lil Carl come out. And when Lil Carl came out, talking about his cousin dying, Carl, who said, who cried for what? Cried for what? He instantly started crying. And the reason some of them started crying because hearing their words come from a kid's mouths in an emotional way took them back to what they felt then. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. It's really, really crazy that they all witnessed death so early. It was just emotional to say. It was emotional as hell. And the only reason I think I can even connect to it, like when I was maybe when I was in the 5th grade, a boy in my school named Dennis, like, died in a fire. Oh my God! I remember crying so because I think my first experience with death. No, matter of fact, it wasn't. When I was in the 4th grade, my uncle Charlie, on my biological father's side, he was he died. Well, I think he was killed though. And it was one day at the church or whatever, and he had been missing like a day or two, but he was on drugs by then, so we thought he was just somewhere high. And my bio dad found him, was someone in our family found him like at a house around the corner, like a friend's house, and he was fixing a car, and the jack came out and fell down or whatever, so it crushed him. And because I was in 4th or 5th grade. Matter of fact, no, this happened the same year. Dennis and Michael Charlie both died the same year. I was in 5th grade both times, and because it was after church and we went over there. It was around the corner from my grandparents' house, and like I was able to look in the backyard and I like saw my uncle like under the car. I didn't see. I just saw his legs and I saw the car, or whatever. But being young and seeing stuff like that, it do stick with you, and I feel like maybe that's why I was like, oh my God, it's so sad because who think, and I think that's also the reason why to this day I do not touch dead bodies. I touched my uncle at the funeral, and his body was so cold, and I was so young, I didn't understand it. So now even as an adult, I can't do it. Anyway, all off topic. But again, we as adults sometimes have to realize it's okay to express things that we went through as kids, because if not, you'll continually be in a spiral of just muck of it. You know what I'm saying? undig that, undig, Lord Jesus, unearth that stuff and let it out. Anyway, because it was such a tough day, there is no judging, which is great. We do see Waka and Shine talking a little bit, saying how they don't cry because for them it's a weakness. I need y'all to get over that shit. Crying is very therapeutic. Okay, point blank and period. We see Tammy saying to Mo, with hearing you talk about you being molested, you know what I'm saying? You know, it kind of made me realize I didn't realize until I was older that I was molested, but I've never talked about it. And she's like, I'm not ready to talk about it. She said, but hearing you admit it, it made me, think about the fact that you said I couldn't imagine, that happening to my child. So I may need to talk about it. And that's also the reason why I'm so protective of my daughter, because of what I went through. It's just amazing what happens when people share experiences, because you then may help heal someone else. Okay? Anyway, so we then see in the room, because at the end of the night, Nia, Naya, and Soldier in the room or whatever, Soldier in his bed, Nia, Naya that went to her cage room, okay? And he like, why you in there? And she like, go to bed. So she mad at him, he mad at her. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? He then said, I brought you on the show, you embarrassing me. And she like, whatever, just be quiet, you know what I'm saying? Leave me alone because I'm fed up. Well, I'm fed up too. She said, we can be fucking fed up together in silence, okay? When she said, let's be fed up together in silence, I said, bitch, that is hilariously funny. Just leave me alone. And then when she said, leave me alone, who the fuck you think you talking to? He then jumped up out his bed. Who the fuck you think you talking? I'm like, bruh. Soldier Boy jumped up out that bed like a man do when he beat a woman. And then it went on commercial. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we have to wait until the next episode to see what happens. This was a very emotional episode. And I don't watch the show for emotions. I need them that I don't want not nan other emotion coming up later on. Leave it be, okay? Leave it the fuck be. Anyway, y'all, I'm done. Peace.
He's like love, 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 and you.